Immortal, indomitable, I am the Cataclysm!
Hello and welcome to your Over-Enthusiastic Game Guide. I'm SerroDan and this guide is all about how to solo Dragon Soul 25-man Heroic. The main attraction that brings people to this raid is the fact that it can produce some low drop chance mounts. The mounts in question are Experiment 12B. This mount drops from Ultraxion, or so it's believed. This mount has a 1% chance of dropping, so not particularly high. The next two mounts can be obtained from the final boss, Madness of Deathwing, and these are Reigns of the Blazing Drake and Livebinders Handmaiden. Both mounts again have 1% chance of dropping, however the Livebinders Handmaiden only drops if the difficulty level is set to Heroic. So for efficiency, you're best off just blasting straight through it on Heroic, then you get a chance of both of them dropping. The only difference between 10-man and 25-man is, of course, the bosses have more health, and they do a little bit more damage. But they also drop a lot more, giving you more to sell to build up those pennies. The first 5 bosses are a walk in the park. You pretty much just nuke them down. Ultraxion you may find to be a bit of a DPS race, but you just pretty much kill him before he kills you. After that, DPS is not a problem. The first troublesome boss you may find is Warmaster Blackhorn. The idea of this fight is to keep the ship from sinking in mid-air. After a while, Warmaster Blackhorn will get bored and very delusional, thinking he'll be able to take you in a fight aboard the ship. So to get to this very anticlimactic fight, all you have to do is simply intercept any barrages that are heading for the deck. And to do this, you just stand in the purple swirly target zone. Kill off any drakes either side of the ship, the adds they drop off, and stop the kamikaze goblin heading for the bridge. This way the ship's health remains untouched. It does not matter if you're melee or ranged, you can still complete this fight as long as you are aware of your surroundings. The drakes will eventually be harpooned towards the deck, so melee, this is your chance to take them down. Following all these steps should lead you to a very smooth kill. Quick and simple, straight on to the next boss, Deathwing himself. Well, his spine. This fight requires you to scratch Deathwing's back by removing his spinal plates. And you have to remove 3 of these to be able to find the spot where his back leg keeps kicking with pleasure, causing him to plummet to the sea. So to remove these plates, there are 3 types of adds involved. The first group of adds are the corruptions, which are the tentacles you are presented with at the start of the fight, and upon killing one of these, a hideous amalgamation rises. After that, corrupted bloods will continuously spawn from these holes. So to get the explosions, we have to overdose the amalgamations with blood, and to do this, we kill off the bloods and drag the amalgamations right over them. We only need 9 blood, because the amalgamations are, quite frankly, lightweights. Saying amalgamation too many times turning quite the tongue twister. But once at 9 stacks, take them over to the plate we are wanted to remove. Kill them off, stand back, and kill the tendon holding this plate to his back. Then all you do is you repeat this another 2 times. The way I do this is that I take out the 3 corruptions at the start, kill off the amalgamations, and then I have got more room and more places where bloods can spawn from. It just makes things ever so much more tidier. But the catch with this fight is that Deathwing likes to roll over, but we're not interested in rubbing that gigantic belly of his, so to prevent this we got to keep moving side to side, left to right. If you stay on one side for too long, Deathwing ends up rolling, launching you off to your deaths. You have to think of Deathwing as a set of scales, or a seesaw. If you stay on one side for too long, the seesaw will touch the ground, and we don't want that. So throughout the whole duration of the fight, keep jumping from side to side. Can get a bit of getting used to, but you end up getting the hang of things easily. A good thing about this fight is that it no longer requires you to dispel the debuffs of death, so you can do this with any class and not have to worry about what diseases you may get. Ripping off the 3rd plate will transport you to the final boss. Well, actually, it's the same boss at a different angle, but you know. Anyway, this last fight is easy compared to the spine. After the spine, you surely can take this one down. This fight requires you to slap back his arms, causing him to lose balance so you can punch him in the chin. Even though we are overpowered for this fight, we still need to kill some adds. The main ones that can do a lot of damage are Mutated Corruptions and Limb Tentacles. The mutated corruptions can be found at the back of the platforms. They're the massive tentacles, and the limb tentacles will grow all over his hands. The mutated corruptions will place a stacking debuff, which would increase the amount of damage you take from their impaled ability. So be sure to kill off any that appear at the platform which you are at. So when tackling this, start the fight on Alexstrasza's platform and move to the right each time. You'll find that you won't have to deal with any limb tentacles for the first 2 platforms because Alexstrasza burns them right off. The last 2, however, you will have to deal with them. These tentacles just do fire damage but can stack quite high, but if you are close to killing off Deathwing's hand at the platform you are at when they spawn, just kill the hand off fast and they will drop off. After the 4th and final platform, Deathwing will plummet to the platform where you spoke to 4 to start the fight. Jump straight to this one and begin havoc. But if your DPS is not up to scratch, you may encounter some congealing blood which will heal Deathwing 1% of the time when they reach him. Kill these off if needs be, and follow these steps and you'll be presented with the loot. Fingers crossed you get the mount after a few runs. This is not the fastest raid to blast straight through. Thank you all for watching. I can only wish you the best of luck for your mount drops and that you don't go cross-eyed with anger. Be sure to like, comment or subscribe, whatever you wish, the whole shebang, and check out other guys listed on this channel. But for now, take care.
All ahead, fool! Everything depends on our speed. We can't let the destroyer get away.
Okay then.